So you click onto your favorite social media platform and 2 hours later, you have watched 100 different videos, commented on 50 different posts and left your opinion everywhere, but you can't remember why you went on there in the first place. If you have been that distracted and you need to use social media for your business, stick around so that we can have a chat about how to make social media work for you so it isn't that much of a distraction. So I thought I'd talk about this topic because there was a client of mine that I was speaking with a couple of weeks ago, and they were considering coming off social media altogether because they felt that it was just too much of a distraction. There's different things that people have done. One of the things that I've done before is to download an app that will cut you off after you've, programmed in how many hours you want to spend on the particular platform. It works, but didn't work for me because it was too easy to just add extra time to it. So even though I had reached whatever limit I had put on, I could just tap it and add more hours. So that didn't work. And because it can be so much of a distraction, the most drastic measure that some people take is just to come off altogether. But for some of us, we don't want to do that because we know that although it's a distraction, it can be used positively. But we do know that whatever we react with, whatever we put out there is going to attract that kind of content. But we also know that the algorithm can do its own thing and it can push certain things down, and we might not see certain posts or people might not see ours. So it isn't foolproof. But by and large, whatever you react with and whatever you put out there, you're going to get more of it. And that's why I'm a firm believer in that you create the experience you want on social media. Sometimes the difficulty comes though, where you want to go on for a specific thing, but because it's also a means of staying connected with friends and family, all of those other distractions comes in, and then you get pulled into all these other conversations that you really didn't want to engage with in the first place. That's where discipline comes in. But if you think about social media as being the place where your business can grow, then you'll find more positive ways to use it and engage in it. So in order to make social media work for you, one of the things that you need to remember is that it is a great place to network. At your fingertips or thumb tips, you literally have the world. You have a global network of people that you can link in with, people that are doing similar things to you. You can connect with mentors. You can connect with potential clients. You can share experiences, share content. It's a place where you can build great relationships and networks. You can build a community on there. And if you think about how you engage is what you see more of. If you're engaging with those communities of people who are doing similar to you, then you will see more of that when you go on the platform. It's also the place where you can find mentors. Some of the best people that I have worked with or done collaborations with, I found through social media. Some of the people that I've used for mentoring, my current coach, I found through social media. So it is a great place to network. I also mentioned that you can find clients on there. So it is really a great place where you can go and do your market research. You get to identify who your potential clients are, where they hang out, what they do. And based on that, you can position yourself on those platforms as the person that they need. It's the perfect place to start going and engaging with and building relationships with those people who can be your potential clients. And remember, people will engage with people that they know, like, and trust. And that's something that you really want to build when you are starting a business, is getting to people to understand you and you to understand them. So use it to start building a community and tribe by engaging in, as I said, market research, by getting to know what your potential clients would like. What is it that they want to engage with? And you can start advertising, you can start attracting them to you. And remember, it's what you make it. So when you show up on social media, you get to show up in the way you want to. And I always say that you have to be transparent, you have to be authentic. So show up as the person you want people to see. So this is the time when you can start creating what your brand needs to be on social media. So think about, first of all, what platform you want to be on. Is it TikTok? Is it LinkedIn? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Where does your client hang out? What are they doing over there? What kind of things do they want to see from you? You're doing all of that, as I said previously, in market research, but you're also looking at how are you going to show up for your client? When you're building your brand and who you want to show up as, you are putting out there what you want to be known for. And remember, that algorithm is always at work in the background. You can't always depend on it to do what you want to do because it's forever changing. But if you are consistent in what you're putting out there, you will, as I said, attract those people who are for you. And you will have a very different experience on social media than if you were on there just engaging with everything and being on there without intention. What you will also find is based on what you're putting on your page and based on who you're interacting with, some people might naturally fall away and other people will gravitate to you. Being intentional about using social media for your business means that when you go on there, you can find inspiration. Now, this does not mean that you're going on there and copying things that you're seeing other people do, but it can give you an idea of how you want to show up based on who you're engaging with and based on who you're using for inspiration. You have to be authentic, you have to be yourself, but you can look at how other people present themselves and you can take snippets of this is what engages well with people. How can I present my information in such a way that I am doing something similar and giving my audience an experience that they would appreciate? I've had to change some of the things that I've done on social media. I mean, I am the person who uses especially one particular platform to maintain links with friends and family, and I continue to do that. But when I go on there, I make sure that if I'm going on there to post a particular thing, I do that. And then I can get engaged with the other things, because it is so easy, as that client had found, to go on there and 2 hours later you're still scrolling. And one of the other things is going on there and getting engaged in things that is not directly related to your content or who you are as a business and what you're trying to put out there. So be mindful that what you are putting out there is your reputation and is your brand. The most important thing is being strategic and being intentional when you are using social media. So this isn't meant to take away the fun out of it, but it just means that when you're going on there, time is precious when you are starting a business and you also have a 9 to 5 and you have family and all these other things to run. So that's where the intention comes in. You are using social media for other things other than your business, but it's about what comes first. Be strategic, build your networks, get experience, connect with like-minded people, and social media will start working for you. And then as your business grows, you will see that your use of social media will change as well. And the more you practice an intentional use of those social platforms, is the more it becomes second nature. You will know that before I go in and start talking about the other things or put something on there that's jokey and not related to your business, you first need to post whatever it is that you wanted to post, or you're going in to ask a specific question in a group, because that's another thing, because that's one of the places that I found so much support when it came to building my business, was going into groups of like-minded people. I know I mentioned it before, but just to go into a little bit more depth, is there are so many groups of people on those social platforms who are doing something similar to you, that you will find those connections and you can go in there and ask questions. So that's one of the reasons why I have never been an advocate of coming off of a platform unless you really needed to, because you can use it in a way to help grow your business and get that experience. So as I was just saying, build those relationships, expand your network, get experience, make social media work for you rather than it working on you. So yeah, social media could be a distraction, and sometimes you might think, oh, I just want to come off of it. But sometimes the decision to come off social media may be through fear, and sometimes that fear shows up as imposter syndrome. So if you think that this might relate to you, you might want to look at the last video that I did, which is on imposter syndrome, and that will give you some tips of how to keep imposter syndrome at bay so that you can use your time and energy wisely on social media and help make it work for you. So I hope that this video was useful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.